Hey all, it's Nicole here. Cultivating Creativity, it would have been I'm just gonna go with week 10. How is everybody? Hope everyone's doing well. So tonight's gonna be a little bit different. I don't have a canvas set up right now to be creative with. So I'm kind of just gonna go over some volunteer opportunities if you're interested, and show you some little sketches or doodles that I've been working on to kind of spark up that creative light within me. But exciting news is that I went to New York City. I was in New York last week, and it was an amazing experience. I met a lot of beautiful people who have inspired me to continue to share my story with others and, move forward and not let fear stand in the way. So that being said, I feel that now it's time that I start to share my story and be 100% honest with everybody here as to how I really got into, being creative and art and all that. And yes, the 9-to-5 job that was not filling me up definitely was able to push me forward to, follow my passion, because it was a contrast. Like I decided, I knew what it is that I didn't want to do, so I knew in my heart what I wanted to do, right? I didn't want to sit behind a computer for 8 hours a day, and I didn't want to be in a cubicle setting. I wanted to be out, I wanted to be socializing, I wanted to be sharing my gifts with other people. And so this is where this Paint Your Story comes in. And I wanted to work with, nonprofits, and I wanted to volunteer my time. And my close co-workers knew that's what my goals were, and I'm there, which is an amazing thing. And I've actually, I started this nonprofit organization, Paint Your Story Foundation, which I'm super excited about. And so it's just, why I'm telling you this is that if you have your mind set on something and it's your passion and you feel it in your heart, you got to go for it. Don't listen to what other people have to say, because everyone has something to say, and it really doesn't matter. What matters is what feels good to you, and if you're fulfilling a purpose, if you are sharing your gifts with other people, right? I mean, that's what this is about. So anyways, that being said, I wanted to actually just go over with you and just say, hey, here's my story. This is what I've overcame. I had a lot of obstacles, but anyways, I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm in the middle of putting that together, and so yeah, it's actually just totally being vulnerable. So that's going to happen. And so yeah, New York taught me so much. New York is my place. It's where I vibe with. Just so many beautiful people, like I had mentioned, and always willing to just talk to you on a real level, and the heart to heart, the soul to soul. And that's what I yearn for. I love that. That's what I feel like we're here to do, is, we're here to connect with other human beings. And I live in Minnesota, and I don't feel that connection. Not that it doesn't exist here, because it does, but it's just more in your face in New York City, and there's just more real people. I don't know. Sorry, Minnesota. But so yeah, I had learned a lot about, like I said, sharing my story, how to just get that out there, because it's gonna help. If it helps one person, cool. I mean, that's what we're here to do, is to connect and to help each other evolve into what it is that we want to become. And so, which is really important to me. So I'll stop babbling about that. But so I wanted to show you some doodles. Doodle. This guy here. Just really soothing. I think, what was it? I was waiting. Oh, I was on the subway in New York. I was waiting to go to Manhattan for, we went to church, Hillsong Church. It was awesome. But anyway, so yeah, that's my little doodle for that. And I just had put down some notes here in regards to, like, turning your page, growing your faith, and to having a belief in something other than yourself, something, a greater power. And I know that it's probably not technically okay for me to discuss faith-based stuff, but my work is based on that. So I'm not going to hide that, and I'm not going to pretend like it doesn't exist, because it does for me, and that's what's helped me grow in so many different aspects. So if you don't like it, I'm sorry. But this is it. This is me. This is around me, and I'm going to keep it that way. So yeah, grow in faith, right? Because we all, like I said, we all need to believe in something higher than ourselves. And for me, that's God. And it's a beautiful process, and it's a beautiful relationship. And it's opened my eyes in so many different ways. So, you know, don't be consumed. I wrote down, like, don't be consumed with, you know, the negativity that this world can bring, and just continue to follow our passions, and to change, you know, changing myself, growing myself, meet people who feel the same way, you know, connect with like-minded people, share your story with each other. Because again, that's what we're here to do, is we're just here to listen, to truly listen, to hear people, to feel them, right? In an emotional way, and to express like how we're feeling as well. And that's how we grow. You know, we're meant to connect with people, not to like build walls up, you know? Which is really interesting, because when I was in New York, and was in this beautiful group, it's called Be True Brand You, and it was a room with about 80 people, right? And so we're all, you know, divided up in groups into tables, and, you know, I was okay with doing that, and then I was okay with, you know, dancing during break to kind of get people energized to move forward throughout the rest of our day. But when it came to actually socializing with people, it was really hard for me. I love communicating with people, but like the small talk stuff, I don't know, it's not really my jam. So that's something I learned that I need to work on and grow on, which is just, it's interesting. It's fun to, I don't know, to learn more about yourself, right? And to how you grow. So anyways, and just to like what really feeds my soul, you know, where can I get better, and, you know, trusting and just believing in the plans that are set out for us, and not having to control it, I think for me is, it's a really big eye opener. And once you let that go, or once I let that go, life just seems to just flow perfectly. But as soon as I just want to like grab a hold of it and try to control it, it just becomes mayhem. So for me, I've learned to just be in the present moment, which can be really hard. And we hear people say that all the time, oh, be present. It's like, well, what the hell is that? And what does that mean? Well, to me, it means just being aware of your surroundings, right? And being ready for the next big step that's going to come your way. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but, and also forgiveness. Like, we got to learn how to forgive. We got to learn how to move on from situations that have tied us down. And I am not one to preach on this, because actually I work on this on a daily basis. I mean, I'm not perfect at all. And, you know, some relationships that I've had, you know, some things might have been wrong I've done, or someone has done to me. And so for me, instead of like holding on to that, which causes like bitterness and like this ickiness inside, even though I might not recognize it, but it does, it's holding me back, it's a block. I just want to remove that and like give forgiveness. And that shows through my art as well. So I'm able to be more creative, because I'm getting all the positive thoughts that I need to put that on a canvas. So you artists out there, I feel like forgiveness is a key one. I don't know, it works for me. It removes those blocks. So and then, you know, just fight the right fight. I mean, what does that mean to you? Does that mean standing up for the person who maybe is being bullied? Is it standing up for political views? I mean, what is it? What is stand up for the right fight, you know? And not necessarily violence or hurtful words. How about love? Because love conquers everything. And I know we hear that too, but it's like the truth. You couldn't be more perfect than that, because love is light. Love is harmony, you know? There's nothing wrong with loving each other, even in the midst of hatred. You know, that people have this like hate against somebody else. It's like, you know what? I love you. You know, just figure that out. Like, take that darkness and move forward with it. So I don't know if that made sense, but and then I kind of did this guy. It's kind of creepy and wrong. And I think for me, what this represents, again, is kind of just removing this veil that is constantly like the perception. We are born with these perceptions. We're molded into it through our conditions, which allows us to see through different lenses. And everyone has a different perspective. And so I think that's something we need to keep in mind as well, is that we're all different. We know that we hear that all the time again, but really, truly, we all have different perspectives on different situations due to the conditions that we were raised in, right? There's no right or wrong, okay? There's none. It's just a good form of communicating how you perceive something and how the other individual does. And if you have questions, communicate that, right? So I feel, I don't know, I'm working on that as well. I'm not the best at it, but again, it's just new things that I'm learning on a daily basis. So that's really all I have for you guys right now in regards to my art stuff. Like I said, I just got back from New York, probably about a week ago tomorrow. So kind of getting back into my routine with the kids and the wife and all that good stuff. So busy with it. But I want to let you know about some volunteer opportunities that I have going on here. So we have, it looks like the 16th, which is going to be next Tuesday. I'll be painting with the elderly, people who have dementia, at Gracewood Senior Care in Hugo, Minnesota. So if anyone is interested, it's from 1:30 to about 3. Send me a message, and I'd love for you to come and connect with people and just be there, be present, because they don't have that there that much, They're typically just do the same thing every day, and not a lot of interaction. And again, humans were built for that interaction. We need that interaction, and it does make a difference when you have the verbally, and then you have like the physical, the hugs, or however, you don't have to hug them, but just the interaction with people, right? And then painting, it just sparks something within them. They remember things, they remember their past. It's just a beautiful experience, and I'd love for everybody just to be there once to see what it's like. So that is May 16th, next Tuesday. Another big event that's coming up is May 19th, which is a Friday, and it's Paint Your Palette. And again, my friend Kate and I have had information out there. It's $20 or $15. It's only $15. It's $15 for this event. It's a wine tasting event. There's no painting involved. It's a wine tasting event. And the proceeds go to the Paint Your Story Foundation, which is awesome. So again, Paint Your Story, what it is, or Paint Your Story Foundation, what that is we go into schools, we go into nursing homes, we go paint with the veterans, we paint with women at Union Gospel Mission, the children, and what we do is it's more like a self-discovery course that it gives them a creative outlet that they need to like release themselves from like the daily life that we live. And so it's a very, very, very positive experience, and I'm extremely passionate about it. And I've seen the transformation. Like I had mentioned, I had a couple videos, or one video a couple weeks ago in regards to the impact that Paint Your Story Foundation had on these women. It was such a beautiful experience to watch them transform within 3 hours. And they did. They learned so much about themselves, about their neighbor. I mean, it blossomed of love, and again, that's what we need. We need that positive energy. We need to be able to communicate, to relate. And if we have different perspectives, which we all do, is to be able to communicate that with one another. So, and that's what I want to bring forth to our communities. I want to be able to do that through a creative outlet, because at times we don't know really what's going on. Well, I'm going to speak from my personal experience. I don't know what's going on all the time within me, right? And so for me to be able to, paint that out on a canvas and to be creative allows those feelings to come out, and I'm able to articulate it. It's a beautiful process. It's a self-discovery process that helps you to remove those blocks, to be able to move forward and to, achieve your passions in life, to connect with other people, to connect with yourself, to connect with your higher power. I mean, there's so many positives from this, and I've seen it, and I've been doing it for 2 years, that it's remarkable. And that's why I'm investing all my time and energy into this foundation. I mean, it's what I believe in, right? And when you believe in something, you believe it with your heart and your soul. I mean, there's only good one way but to go up, right? So I need your help. I need you guys to help me along, if you have any ideas or places I can go to visit, or if you want to volunteer, let me know. I'm open to communicating, to hearing what you have to say. So so we got that. I'll go over it again. May 16th is Gracewood, the senior care for dementia. We'll be doing that at 1:30. The 19th is the Paint Your Palette event. It's a wine tasting event, $15 per person, and drink wine, have fun. Proceeds go to the Paint Your Story Foundation. Great cause. On the 25th of May, we're going to be going to a new senior care home. It's called Comforts of Home, and it's in Wisconsin. And so I'll be going there at 11:30, and I'm really looking forward to it. I'm super excited about that. And then the 27th of May, I have the Paint Your Story for Kids. And I know it's Memorial Weekend, and some of you guys have plans. I hope you have a great time and be safe. But those of you who are going to be staying back, maybe, doing some spring cleaning or whatever, just hanging out at home, barbecuing, there is an event for the kids from 5:30 to 7. We're going to be reading some stories, doing a group discussion, and then they get a paint. So parents are more than welcome to stay with their children, or if they maybe want to go and do something for an hour and a half, you're more than welcome just to keep the kids here and we can hang out. So that's what I have going on for this month. A couple other really good opportunities have came about. I'm going to be working, bringing the Paint Your Story Foundation into a women's prison, which I'm really looking forward to doing. So more details to come on that. And then I'll be working with a Union Gospel Mission again next month. So, I mean, it just continues to unfold. I'm really excited for what the future has to bring. And, I'm really, thank you for tuning in and for being able to, just listen to hear me out, right? I mean, I appreciate all that. And if you have anything to say, if you want to, talk to me about anything, if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message or, whatever, on Facebook, or email me, and I'd be happy to answer them for you, connect with you. I love that. So, yeah, that's all I have for Cultivating Creativity for this week. Next week, I'm hoping to have a canvas set up so I am able to paint with you guys, because I really like doing that. I enjoy it a lot. Also, happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there, because you guys are rock stars. You do so much for everybody, and usually you put yourself on the back burner. So you know what? I hope this Mother's Day you put yourself first and do something beautiful for yourself, because you are a wonderful human being and you create life, and that's a miracle in itself. So yeah, that's all I have for you guys. A lot of stuff's going on in the month of May, but really good things. Oh, and then Inspirational Spark, don't want to forget about this. Inspirational Spark is on the 24th of June, and so I'm still looking for some singers, spoken word. If anyone's good, wants to come up and talk about spoken word or like poetry that they want, anything. We're looking for some more artists to do that. Also, we're getting pretty booked in regards to painters or photographers and people like I know that some jewelry makers are going to be there, so we have that pretty much taken care of. Now, like I said, I'm just looking for someone that wants to come up and sing, share their gifts. It's pretty much just sharing your gift with other people, sharing the love, and we're all supportive of one another. It's a really cool event. Last one turned out way better than I expected, so it was so beautiful. Everyone left, hugging each other and saying good things, and hugging a stranger. I mean, it was mind-blowing. It was so beautiful. So I would love for you to experience it the second time around, which is June 24th. So put that on your calendar. It is at the Golden Time Cafe in St. Paul. They're a wonderful business. They help out their community all the time. And yeah, so if you have any questions, let me know. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. It's full moon today, so it's supposed to be really good vibes. I hope you get it all. I hope you write down what your intentions are for this month and what it is that you are looking to reflect. What you're reflecting out there in the universe and what it is that you want to get back, if that makes sense. So I hope all is well with you guys. God bless, and you have a wonderful day. Peace. Thank you.